we're out here at Lake George. Hopefully I'm going for a personal best now. It's about 5 minutes past 5, so I can legally take off in about 10 or 15 minutes. If you look around, you'll see that there's clouds all over the place, and the full moon just over there, over the escarpment. It's now 5:38. I've just had half an hour where I needed to. My engine wasn't running properly, so I had to lean it out a little bit on the low and also clean out the cartridge fuel screen. So I'm half an hour late already, but my engine seems to be working reasonably now. Build a wall. Check that everything is okay. Get it above my head. Make sure everything is fine. Turn around, slowly accelerate. That's all looking good. We're up in the air. I had great hopes for today, but I'm not sure that those hopes will be realised. Had some engine issues before I started. I got out here and had my engine all warmed up at 5 o'clock, ready to take off at about 20 past 5, which is after first light. Unfortunately, on my final test, my engine wouldn't run up to full power. I had to lean it out a bit, still wouldn't run up. Ended up having to pull the back plate off the carby, the fuel side, and clean out the screen and put all that back together. And that seems to be better now. Looking at the clouds, I'm not sure that today is going to be the day that I'm going to do a personal best. The forecast is for it to be easterly at probably 10 to 12 knots down low, which it is. And then a westerly at 6.5 to 8,500 feet. My intention is to go south along the escarpment as far as probably to Smith's Gap, or maybe even a bit further. Then head north back to Geary's Gap, and then take off west, fly to past Yass, then climb up into the westerly flow at 6.5 to 7.5, 8,500 feet. And then I've plotted a course to Goulburn. I can fly up to 8,500 feet on that course. And then when I get to Goulburn, I turn around, and I need to have at least 7 litres of fuel to get back from Goulburn to Geary's Gap. So that will be my decision point for turning around. I'm currently at 3,000 feet and 21 knots. And 6,100 revs, or 6,200 revs on trims neutral. So I'll stay at about this height. Might even go up a bit higher, see if I can get a bit of lift from the clouds. But I'm a little bit mistrustful of this number of clouds in the sky. The last couple of times that there's been this much clouds, the turbulence has just been too strong, or too strong for me. See my wing up there, Mac Parablaze GT, 29 square meters, performing fantastically. I'm probably only about 200 or 300 feet below the cloud base, so I'm getting some lift from there, which is saving fuel. I'm currently on 5,800 revs on neutral trim, doing 23 knots ground speed. Okay, we'll turn around now, doing 26 knots. Okay, I'm going to aim to get as close as I feel comfortable to the clouds to see if I can get some extra lift. You'll see the clouds are only just above me, and that's meaning that I'm getting turned around quite a bit. So I'm always having to do weight shift. It also means that I'm getting a reasonable amount of lift. So I'm flying level on 56, 5,600 revs, which will be doing my fuel economy a lot of good. I would wish I could head straight northwest from here, but there's too many hobby blocks, too many houses, too many power lines, too many fences, and also it's a bit hilly. So it'd be much more efficient if I could do that, but the safer option is to scamper back along the escarpment and then head west from Geary's, or northwest, no, head west from Geary's Gap. Okay, a little bit of a progress report. We've headed south to my turnpoint. I'm almost back to Geary's Gap now. Things seem to be going fairly well. 43 minutes into the flight. About most of the time I've been on about 5,500 revs, so that's quite good for fuel economy. Could I have a radio check, please?
Loud and clear, Peter.
Thank you very much. Have fun. Okay, I'm to my decision point now, whether I head west, which I think I will. So that's the first major decision of the flight. So I'll climb up, get some height, because there's a few treed areas that I need to go over. We're just passing over Gundaroo, which you can see down there. I'll just climb up a bit, see if I can find some more favourable air with a better tailwind component. Might be that the air is smoother down low, so we'll just try that. It's certainly rougher down low. Okay, down there you can see a trike heading along a lot faster than I am. I have no idea where he came from. Currently 2,800 feet, doing 33 knots, 34 knots. Down there you can also see the Hume interchange. That's the highway coming from Canberra and joining the highway between Hume Highway between Sydney and Melbourne. So we're now 4.5 nautical miles from my turn point. At that turn point, or before that turn point, I'm going to start climbing up. I'm currently in a easterly wind, probably about 8 knots tailwind component. At my turn point, I'll be turning. Oh, my engine just made a bit of a different noise, so that was a concern. I'll just have a look at my fuel, which looks good. Still looks like I'm using my reserve tank, which is good. 0.85 nautical miles till I start climbing, and hopefully I will get into a westerly airflow, and hopefully there won't be too much turbulence in the shear layers between the two flows. But we will see. My strategy will be to continue flying on this course until I start to get until my ground speed decreases past about 23 knots. Because when it's at 23 knots, that means that there's no headwind, and when I fly up, increase altitude, I should be starting to get into a westerly flow. So we're now at 30 knots, and I'm going to slowly start climbing at 3,000 feet, doing 30 knots. I'm not climbing at an extreme rate to try to conserve fuel. Currently 7,500 revs and 158 degrees. 3,200 feet, 24 knots. So it looks like the westerly wind is a lot lower than I thought. So 3,400 feet, I'm doing 19 knots. I'll go a little bit further and then we'll turn. 3,500 feet, doing 17 knots. So we'll turn around here and head to my next turn point. And you'll see my speed, hasn't actually increased all that much, up to 28 knots. So I'll climb higher. There's a wooded area coming up, so I want to be higher for that anyway. So I'm definitely into the westerly airflow here, but I think I can do, if I go higher, I will do better. It's also quite a lot warmer, which is good. I'm hoping for about 45 knots, but that's quite a bit higher. 4,300 feet. We've only got 30 knots, so that's not all that encouraging. Okay, it feels like there's a bit of a shear layer here. About 30 knots, 4,700 feet and still 30 knots. My steering is all over the place, so I need to focus on that. Okay, we're getting a bit of turbulence now. And we're down to 29 knots. And my shoulder is killing me. I'm surprised I'm not doing more ground speed. I'm at 5,500 feet. I've only got 31 knots ground speed, so that's not very encouraging. Okay, down there you can see Gunning. I'm following the Hume Highway or pulling my track. I'm really surprised I haven't got into a stronger westerly airflow. I'm at 6,300 feet. But still only doing 31 knots ground speed, so that's a little bit disappointing. Okay, down there you can see the Cullerin wind farm. We've just achieved the 81 nautical mile FAI task. Hit a little bit of strange turbulence there. My wind speed, ground speed is just kicked up to 33 knots. Just check my fuel level. I need a much better way of checking my fuel level than this. Oh. Okay, we just had a engine out, aiming to limp back home, keeping good landings in, available at all times. We're currently 5,000 feet doing 34 knots. Plan to drop down another 1,000 feet, that should increase my ground speed, get me home quicker. Okay, there's some sparsely treed areas down below me, but I'm confident that I can land if I do have an engine out. So I'm aiming to fly to the north of Collector. Only doing 23 knots ground speed, which is not very good. So I don't quite understand that. I would have expected that my ground speed would have been a lot higher. 4,400 feet. So I should be getting into the stronger easterly soon. 19 knots, that's terrible. I might try climbing. See if we do better. Oh, that's even worse, so we'll drop down. When I drop down, I need to be very careful that I don't kill my engine. So drop down on 5,000 revs. I've got good landings all the way home, so that is very good. Okay, We're up to 24 knots, up to 26. So yeah, this is just going through the shear layer now. Hopefully when we get into the easterly flow, it'll calm down. Okay, 34 knots, so we're into the easterly now. It still is pretty rough. Looks like I might have a rough trip home, which is not good because I'm already pretty mentally exhausted. Holy moly. This is rougher than I like. So I will climb up, even though it will be slower. This is shocking. I've got safe landings ahead of me. There's a windsock down there that's indicating a northeasterly wind. All I've got to do is get home now. 3,080 feet, 28 knots, as rough as guts. Oh dear. Let's get over the other side of the highway. Yeah, this is pretty awful. Okay, we should be home in another 15 minutes. And I'll be glad of that. Okay, this is definitely too rough for me. But my wing is handling it. 3,300 feet. And it hasn't got smoother. I'm going to head out a bit towards the water. Maybe that will be smoother out there. Oh boy. I can now see my car, so that is good. A little bit of a summary of this flight. Had hoped to do a personal best. I think I probably have, but had hoped to go further. A few things that I've learned. I need a better way of telling the amount of fuel that I have. As you can see, this is quite turbulent, but it will be over in probably 7 or 8 minutes. Which will be a massive relief to me, because this is much too turbulent for me. This is the reason that we fly early in the day, so we can get home before it gets turbulent. If I'd managed to take off an hour earlier, I wouldn't have had to fly through these conditions. But overall, a successful flight. We haven't landed yet, but I can certainly see my car, so that's good. I also need to work out what's going on with my engine. Why did I need to change the tune so much before I flew? why it stopped during the flight, and I think I can hear a bit of a noise. Maybe there's a leak around the exhaust. Oh dear, this is much too rough. On the ground, there's a southeasterly wind blowing. Looks quite steady. I'll just overfly for a minute so I can check if it is steady or if it's just a thermal. The windsock kicked up a bit at the end then, so that's a bit of an indication that there's thermal activity. But I'll approach now, do a practice call, Lake George area, microlight 3992, turning downwind for landing runway 10, Lake George. Hopefully when I get down a bit lower it will get smoother. Lake George traffic, microlight 3992, turning final for landing runway 10, Lake George. It's turning around quite a bit. That's not what I planned. If you want to see more videos like this, click the round subscribe button or leave a comment, like or share.